evening, ladies and gentle Kerbals. I am Caramel Kerman, and tonight, after a long wait, we finally have the two who went all the way to Kevin's distant second month. If you could give a warm round of applause to the two, the only, Jeb and Bob Kerman!
Thank you.
So, Jeb, Bob, welcome onto the show.
Yeah, great to be here.
Thanks for having us on, Caramel.
So, both of you came down about 3 months ago, correct?
Yeah, however, we've had to fully readjust to Kerbin's gravity over the past few weeks.
Is 0G really that serious?
Well, not entirely. Jeb has gone on a lot of missions and has had very little downtime between those missions, but since Minmus, he's been able to do some R&R with the boys in R&D cook up our next rocket.
Fascinating. Truly, can you tell us what Minmus was like?
Cold.
The surface is very chalky, however the large turquoise flats are remarkably hard, and I believe to possibly be a frozen ocean from my own little research.
Seriously?
From my research, and short studies, of course. The boys in R&D actually have equipment. I just have eyes and the test samples.
Oh, alright. Still, I bet it was beautiful there, wasn't it?
Oh, it's just gorgeous.
Most beautiful thing I think I've ever seen, so far at least. The light reflecting off the flats, just simply amazing.
Would have loved to be there. You boys want to tell the audience or the people at home anything before you leave?
It's time to go already?
Unfortunately, you guys joined on the most packed day we've had in about 6 months. I'd gladly have you back, though.
And we'd love to come back when able to. Jeb, have anything to tell people? You're the better talker.
Suppose, since I'm in the spotlight. Ladies and gentle Kerbals, so long as you dream up something and put your mind to it, there really isn't anything that's not possible. I mean, goodness, only 100 years ago did people think that normal flight was impossible. But look at us now. We have zeppelins and great gliders and even some car engine powered gliders that can take you almost anywhere so long as you have enough airspace and ground to land on. If you can dream it, you can do it. Simple as.
Inspiring words, Mr. Jeb. An inspiring story on the boys who went to the second of our months. When we come back, we'll be talking to Commissar Kerman and hear about their story. Trust me, folks, tonight's list of unique stories has just begun.
After years of government employed, build, and launch rockets, the first joint rocket program between a government agency and a private company had occurred. Hailing from Isnubia, this satellite was going to be tested for an Isnubian-based national company so they could easily communicate with their employees across the globe, with later plans to sell specialized satellites to other companies, for a hefty price, of course. Using angled solar panels, these satellites could stay up forever, so long as the electronics didn't fail inside of them, making them revolutionary since they didn't need to rotate every orbit, nor require more solar panels, making the redundancy factor much higher, and thus much longer lasting. After the Isnubian Megacorp's second remote-controlled launch, Shinatier joined the party with a brand new capsule prototype test. With the new tech gathered from Minmus, the new Shinatirian capsule had 4 seats, solar power, communication, and new heat dispersion panels, all within a 2.5 meter wide space. The new age of space travel was in store for Shinatier. Despite landing safely, the capsule flipping was an absolute defining factor of this iteration not making it into production. While the engineers worked on making the bottom heavier, a second probe was slotted onto the launch pad. This new probe was planned to be a permanent remote mini-base for research. The new sky crane design would allow it to seamlessly land on the Mun, jettison the lander safely, then fly off miles away and crash into the surface somewhere else. His small, permanent base would be great for long-term research, considering its redundant design. Several scientists even placed bets that this small station would stay up for so long that if they were ever to place an actual base on the Mun, Trinitarians would be able to physically collect the data left behind, and maybe even make a little monument out of the probe to show the new age of progress. Only time would tell, however, to see which group of scientists actually won that bet.